Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Geboy.
Good afternoon, Utah. Happy Thursday or happy Friday Eve. Being that it is Thursday, the latest drought monitor came in today, and we're still making progress. We're now sitting with over 50% of the state, so over half of the state is no longer in any drought category. You love to see it. We've also taken chunks out of the abnormally dry and the moderate drought. So again, we're moving in the right direction. We still have a little bit to go, but because we've seen such a wet spring and because we had such a wet winter, we're in a much better situation now compared to this time last year. And when it comes to our good for Utah headlines, we're going to see temperatures near our seasonal averages for today, so our warm-up that we've been on the last couple of days continues today, but we will see increased winds, increased clouds, mostly dry conditions, but there will be at least some potential for some showers and thunderstorms. We'll talk about that in a few moments, but we're also looking a little bit further down the road. By early next week, we could be talking about actual summer temperatures, and again, we'll talk more about that in a minute or two. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside first at Red Cliffs Lodge in Moab. Absolutely stunning on this early Thursday afternoon. Doesn't get much better than that. Then the view from Snow Basin looking towards Mount Ogden, still some residual snow, and temperatures are very comfortable across the entire state currently. Most of us are on the 60s and 70s. Park City lagging behind right now just a little bit at 59, while Cedar City's at 78. And St. George is currently sitting in the middle 80s. And as mentioned, today is going to be a little bit warmer, and part of the reason why is because we have that straight southwesterly flow. We're sandwiched in between two systems, a high pressure to our southeast and an upper level low pressure to our southwest. That's going to start working its way in our direction. It's not necessarily going to move in, but it's going to get close enough to influence our weather. That's going to result in more cloud coverage, more wind, and at least that slight chance for some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Now, wet weather overall is going to favor the high terrain, but there is that general thunderstorm risk from the Utah-Idaho state line on the I-15 corridor down through the entirety of the Wasatch Front, even touching portions of the I-70 corridor in central Utah. This area is shaded in dark green. That's actually a marginal risk for severe weather in southwestern Wyoming and the northeastern tip of Utah, and that simply tells you that there's a small possibility we could see a few strong storms capable of gusty outflow winds and also some small hail. So again, while the wet weather potential today is not that high, if you're within the general thunderstorm risk or that marginal risk, you probably still want to keep your eye out of the sky just in case. So let's go ahead and begin the future cast at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And by that particular time, we could start to see those showers and thunderstorms developing over the high country, really not showing that much in the valleys. Again, maybe about a 10 to 20% chance along the Wasatch Front at most. Things begin to calm down into tonight, looking at mostly dry conditions, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. But as we continue to feel the influence of that low pressure, tomorrow afternoon could bring a development of showers and thunderstorms in the West Desert that could find their way to the Wasatch Front, along with more potential for those showers and thunderstorms in the high country before we calm things down completely going into Saturday as that system clears the area. Now, when it comes to the winds, it will be breezy. Today could see wind gusts over 20 miles per hour in most locations. Then as we go into our Friday, as we get closer to that low pressure, we could see wind gusts over 30 and 40 miles per hour, especially in the easternmost portion of the state. So it will be breezy. And we'll also see the temperatures come down a little bit tomorrow after seeing daytime highs today get very close to where they should be for this time of year. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies outside of any wet weather. And if you're in southern Utah, you're mainly going to see mostly sunny skies with a daytime high of 95 in St. George. But St. George will see at least that little cool down going into our Friday with those highs dropping back into the upper 80s. Then we're in store for an even bigger warm up going into the latter half of the weekend into next week, as daytime highs could get close to 100 degrees in St. George. Then along the Wasatch Front, just a slim chance the next couple of days, maybe a slightly better chance for our Friday. Daytime highs low to mid 80s, then daytime highs climb into the upper 80s and low 90s as we turn the page into early next week.